Hey, my beautiful saucies. It's your girl, Exotical Sauce, and I am back. I am back with another video, but I stepped away for a little while because I could not take my eyes off of what was going on in the political arena. I was just kind of taken aback. Every day I just been glued to what's been going on, trying to get updates and trying to hear what's new. And I like grassroots reporting like channels, like podcasts like that. I really don't like the mainstream news media. And even though I'm not a political channel, I just could not look away. And just like in the political arena, you have a lot of people making the FAFO, fuck around and find out videos. Basically, just shaming people for their voting choices. Say if they voted for the other guy, then this, and this will happen. And it is happening, so we told you so kind of a thing. And it put me in the mind of light-skinned saviors. Light-skinned saviors will fuck around and find out. So I wanted to talk about why I can't stand the behavior of light-skinned saviors and why it's detrimental to them and us as MLS people. So for one thing, a light-skinned savior is someone who will like apologize for being light-skinned, who will feel guilty about being light-skinned, who will never admit that they like being mixed race, biracial, light-skinned, or Creole, and they will always try to pander to the unambiguous dark-skinned black community, regardless of whether or not their efforts are appreciated. So basically, a light-skinned savior is somebody who is a social justice warrior fighting for the plight of black people. And a lot of light-skinned saviors will be more black than actual unambiguous dark-skinned black people, and they will wear the afros and the braids and have this extra hyper militant type of attitude, be extra angry and extra defiant. And in turn, when they do that, they will compromise their racial fluidity or their ability to move around in other multicultural spaces. And they will compromise opportunities, compromise their careers for the sake of being social justice warriors for a group of people that will not appreciate it. No matter what your racial mixture is, because Amanda Seales is a monoracial black woman with 2 black parents and 4 black grandparents, a black mom. I think she's an ambiguous dark-skinned black mom. Anyway, that will not save you from that. Amanda Steinberg also has an unambiguous dark-skinned black mom, I believe. So no matter who your parents are or what your racial mixture is, if you look like you are mixed or biracial, or if you have like a proximity to whiteness in the way that you physically look, you can be as, down with the people as you want to be. You will never be accepted. You will never be followed, appreciated, or even listened to. Because when you become a social justice warrior and you compromise your career, there's not going to be anybody that's going to that's going to protest for you, that's going to advocate for you, that's going to make sure that you have an opportunity to make the kind of money you once did in the black community before you decided to speak out and protest whatever it is you're protesting. And I get it, a lot of mixed race, biracial, Creole, light-skinned people, I get it. A lot of MLS people have causes that they care deeply about, and we are a part of the black community regardless of our admixtures. However, the black community doesn't see it that way. They don't accept you as being black. They don't accept you as being like them. They're even making songs to tell you you're not like us. So why on earth, as a light-skinned, mixed-race, biracial person, would you be willing to compromise your ability to your livelihood, your career, your ability to move around in multicultural spaces? Because your fluid identity will allow you to find opportunity, marriage, and acceptance in other cultures, not just the black culture. As long as your your speech is polished, you're clean cut, and you don't compromise your racial fluidity or quote unquote give up your privilege for the Black community, you will be fine. And if you're wondering what I mean when I say give up your privilege or don't give up your privilege, check out the video that I made. It's entitled When Blackistan Wants MLS People to Prove Themselves. And that will explain exactly what I'm talking about. It will talk about not adapting different kinds of, different levels of degeneracy that's in the Black community, AAVE, the slang, criminal records, stuff like that. That's how you compromise your racial fluidity, by doing stuff like that. Because when you do that, you can only move around in Blackistan space. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that degeneracy and criminal records are just unique just to the Black community, but the Black community does have a tendency to glorify that part of human life, the worst parts of human life or the human circumstance. Blackistan has a tendency to overly glorify that and idolize that degeneracy over other races, and they have a level of respect for people who do adapt into that degenerate behaviors. And as a light-skinned savior or a light-skinned apologist, you are going to have a tendency to have disdain for other people that look like you, and it's not going to serve you well, and it's not going to serve the other person well if you do that, because there is no unity or love for you in the Black community. So the best thing for MLS people to do is love and embrace one another and get along with one another. It does not serve you or the other person for you to expect another MLS person to apologize for who they are. MLS people are outnumbered for the most part in the Black community, so the best thing for us to do is band together and have unity and build together, and be very strategic and very deliberate with that building and that unity, because there is no appreciation in the Black community for us. I'm not saying that all unambiguous dark-skinned Black people don't like light-skinned people or MLS people, but there's enough of them that don't like us. And for the ones that don't feel that way, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they are very silent. Another thing about being a light-skinned savior is that there is an element of self-hate to that kind of mindset. So a lot of light-skinned saviors will have a tendency to marry or procreate with someone darker skin on purpose to weed out the light skin, or to dilute their light skin or dilute their biracial heritage, so that they can have more adjacency to Black, unambiguous dark-skinned Black people. And they do that for what reason? Because a lot of Black people have expressed that people who are social justice warriors and that are mixed race or MLS or biracial or Creole, people who are light skinned, or MLS people in general who are social justice warriors, look foolish to them. So they laugh at you anyway. You're not appreciated, you're not accepted, and your message is not heard, nor is it appreciated. So if you're going to be a social justice warrior, be a social justice warrior for people that look like you, because I really do not believe that God makes mistakes. You are light skinned or biracial, Creole or mixed race for a reason. You are the same color as the sunrise and the sunset. You are the same color as the king and the queen of the jungle. And Jeremy Meeks went from prison to supermodel. That is the power of MLS people. That's how powerful you are. So don't ever waste that power where it's not appreciated. A lot of unambiguous dark-skinned Black people express their fear of being replaced by MLS people, and so they make attempts to push us out of Blackness and gatekeep the Black, quote-unquote Black culture, quote-unquote Black experience, as if that can only be felt by unambiguous dark-skinned Black people, and as if only unambiguous dark-skinned Black people contributed to the Black culture, what is known to be black culture or the black experience, which is false. But they attempt to gatekeep because they are threatened that we're going to replace them. But we can't replace a people group, but we can in fact surpass them. And that is what I think the fear is coming from. MLS people are making tremendous strides in all different areas of life: the NBA, sports, music, social justice, politics, scholarship, you name it. Every area of life, there is a powerful MLS person, at least one of us, that are at the forefront of those movements or of those areas. So I think our power is the fact that we know who we are and we stand in our truth, the ones that do, unapologetically, and we remain humble while doing so. As long as we continue to do it that way, we will remain powerful, very powerful human beings. And a lot of times, even if we don't say a word, we just stand up there and just look pretty, we become world famous. I mean, that's how powerful we are. So that's my video for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed making this video, and I missed you guys. I love you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.